final hand falls down. You can hear him cursing your names or cursing your appearance in Abyssal. And as the last one dies, he calls out to Zaiden to come and avenge him. You feel this pulse of powerful energy that ripples through the temple itself, and you see on the far end of the temple, near where the throne is, a crack in the wall open as the top of the temple is being pulled away by an enormous clawed hand. You see the snout and face of an incredibly large gnoll turn its face in and then send this howl your direction. The voice comes from it in Abyssal. How dare you defile my temple? Little mortals, you have breathed your last. When he pulls the top of the temple off, you can see the entire interior of the temple starts to flow with necrotic energy as you feel this tug on your souls as if you are trying to be immediately killed by the temple itself. You hear a voice that some of you would recognize. These individuals are not yours to destroy. You see a figure appear in the middle of your group. Oh my god, I just lost the thing.
And then he vanished. And it was... Hold on.
Sorry, I minimized instead of share. Why? Why do I not see that? Oh, it's because it's in the other category.
Oh, hey, look who it is.
So you see an enormous well of necrotic energy kind of slam into the area directly surround you and then wash over a shield of some form. As you see Lord Aegis standing in the middle of the temple. He has his arms crossed as he's staring up at the enormous face of Zaiden. Zaiden howls really loudly as Aegis turns towards the rest of you and says, I believe it is my honorary duty as a honorary member of the Wild Hunt and temporary member of the Wild Fae to help make true something that has been promised. Our Lord Hearn has duties to fulfill. If you would follow me. He gestures and a portal opens up behind him and he just walks through it as the howling face of Zaiden is screaming in the background. You see Hearn standing on the, or not Hearn, Aegis standing on the other side of the portal.
Do we know where the portal is leading?
Looking through the portal, you can see there's a bunch of greenery. Looks like some kind of garden.
But we got to get the berry on Zaiden.
Yeah, I agree.
Aegis.
Is that what you say to Aegis?
Yeah, I'm an idiot.
Aegis says, I will not do anything that would obstruct mortal choice. I would merely say that this choice to pass through this portal here would be one that would be in your best interest.
Does anybody have a ranged weapon besides me?
I mean, yes.
Gary, since Aaron is not here, could I go work with Osirion to make Arcane Gate? Right, one right next to him and one that is somehow, you know, adjacent to Zaiden, and so
Yeah.
he could...
Throw the berry at him?
Yeah.
That's better than my javelin idea.
So yeah, that would be perfectly fine. So you throw it. Because of the way that these things have gone, I don't think it's reasonable to, like, you can tell that Zaiden has the capacity to get out of the way of the thing that you're throwing at him, and it just does not occur to him to get out of the way. As the thorn goes and strikes into him, he claws at his hand, and you see him give this weird look as the howling sound behind him stops, and he scratches really hard at this tiny little spot on his hand. He calls out, What? What are you doing to me? What is this? This itches. You can see as he turns back to you, there is a mixture of just complete not understanding, but this overwhelming hatred of looking towards you. Like he just doesn't understand.
I will tell him in Inferno. This is a gift. Remember, you have to pay your dues. Uh, what was the word?
So the Zidane, the big image of the knoll, thrashes and claws at the edge of Aegis' shield, trying to tear through it. You can see as he grabs hold of the edge of the barrier protecting you all, his claws sink into it, and he's trying to rake across the surface of this force barrier. You can see that on his hand there is a tiny little welt that looks like it pops and has a very little trickle of blood coming from it.
All right, now time to go.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see.
Yeah, we are outie.
Woo Arcane Gate.
So you all head out. You see Aegis do something, and he flicks a hand as the barrier kind of fades in, getting much smaller, basically contracting around him. You see one edge of the barrier twist very slightly, and the whole thing inverts on itself. Basically it's a bubble that kind of goes backwards. And when the portal snaps shut behind him, he is holding what looks to be almost looks like a soap bubble that is tinged with something kind of red on the inside, in between his fingers. You look around and you recognize Hearn's garden. An interesting choice that you have made, mortals.
Well, I think it's for the best of everyone.
Are we fighting Grease now?
He looks down at the little bubble that clearly contains a little bit of blood. He looks back up at you and says, Lord Hearn is preparing for his hunt and has asked me to be his lord in his stead. He cannot allow you to die, causing other problems to happen for one of his vassals. So, do you guys now understand what was going on? So, character-wise, you went to Lord Hearn and said, hey, take me to Zidane, we want to go punch him in the face. And Hearn was like, okay, fine, you can do that, but because Hearn outranks Merc in the court, and Merc has promised to give you 12 hours of life, if you die in those 12 hours, it goes back onto Hearn.
Oh, that's what he was
Oh.
talking about.
So basically, you put it in. You basically went onto. It was Hearn's word said that you had 12 hours of life left, so he
Now
needed to do something to keep you alive.
We're so lucky someone in the group had the favor from Hearn.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we could get there somehow.
Lucky or unlucky? Osiris feels pretty unlucky right now.
So Aegis rolls the little bubble on his fingers and goes, I believe I have done all that Lord Hearn would do I have done all that Lord Hearn would do in his stead. I wish you farewell, mortals. And he begins to just walk off.
That thing you're holding, do you think Lord Hearn would take it?
This is an interesting bit of evidence. He continues to roll it along his finger.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I cannot choose to tell you exactly where you need to go, but I can merely say that if you would follow me, there would be nothing I would do to harm you to prevent you from coming with me. He continues to walk as he's talking. He's talking kind of louder and louder, so you can still hear him as he walks away.
So, but if oh, what's his name? The Z guy.
Zayden.
Zayden doesn't show up for the hunt. Couldn't we take his spot or something?
He turns back and smiles. You can tell that the sides of his teeth, like his front teeth look very human. The sides look very, very sharp and like they're a whole big row of canines. He says, "Ah, I believe Zayden will not have a choice on whether he shows up for the hunt." He turns away from you, continues to walk off into the woods.
I'm gonna go after him. I mean, unless you guys don't want to.
I'm not
I'll follow him. Sure, why
sure
not?
what.
Yeah, let's go.
All
So-
right.
So Aegis kind of walks through the woods. It's a pretty quiet place for the Feywild. Everything here is kind of overgrown, very verdant, that sort of stuff. You can hear sounds of a lot of creatures that are up in the distance, like there's things moving in the forest around you, but he seems kind of unconcerned about it. After about 20 minutes of walking, he goes to a turn behind this enormous tree that's over 100 feet across. And on the other side, there are these pens that are set out. It looks to be about 40 pens that have these different little stables, and in each one of the pens is an enormous black hound. Aegis has been silent for this walk. If you guys want to say anything to Aegis, you can do so. Sounds like a no. So Aegis walks along. He goes up to the stalls where are the pens where the dog or the hounds seem to be set up. He takes the little bubble of blood, and then you see the hounds kind of come up to the edge, looking much more dog-like than their normal appearance would be. They look kind of like a mixture between a giant black dog and a hellhound. They have very kind of stark features with fangs and jaws that are a little oversized. And he rolls it on his fingertips. He pats the hound on the head, and then puts the little orb next to the hound's nose for a couple of seconds, and then moves on to the next one.
Lord Aegis, what is that?
That is a hound, one of the creatures of the wild hunt.
No, I'm sorry. I meant that little blood thing you got there. That's like you're giving them the scent of the prey.
He smiles, and you see the very sharp teeth on the sides.
Didn't that come from really having trouble with this guy's name. I keep wanting to say Zahir.
Zayden?
Zayden. Didn't that come from Zayden?
It did, in point of fact.
Yeah, I guess he is going to have trouble showing up for the hunt then. Well, I guess the hunt's coming to him this year.
So he smiles, nods to you. He continues to go around and give each of the hounds the scent.
If we were to become members of the hunt, would that exclude us from being prey of the hunt? Does the hunt ever turn on its own?
No, the hunt does not turn on its own. Once you are a member of the wild hunt, as long as the hunt is being called, you are immune from any of the members that are contained therein.
How could we take his place? Have we earned that right?
I believe that you have used an adequate amount of skill and tact in making sure that you are seen as the agents of the Earl King. Have made it clear that you are his weapon to give the scent to his hounds. I believe you will be members of the hunt once the hunt is called. He looks up into the sky, and you can see it's late afternoon in the Feywild. So he continues to kind of walk along, gives the scent to each one, turns back to you and says, I have hunted with many individuals over the years. The time of the wild hunt gives me more. He shrugs his shoulders, and you get the sound of like really large bones popping, much bigger than Aegis himself, and says, more latitude to act towards my original nature than my current nature. I would be saddened if you were deceased for this hunt.
I think I second that notion.
He looks up in the sky and says, "You have 9 hours before the wild hunt is set to begin. The horns will call, and should you be in a fit mood to be able to call the hunt, or to be able to join the hunt, I imagine you would find yourselves members of the hunt this year."
Do we need to show up in a special place? Are there uniforms? Should I get my hunting horn?
I believe it could be arranged that the hunt could come for you, a honor to be visited by the hunt directly, something that would be a repayment for what you have done to supply such fresh prey. But there is the matter, of course, of 8 hours from now.
Oh, right. I guess my timing was off on that.
There is still someone, having a contract on us.
Still need to go solve that problem.
So he nods. You do not have a lot of time, but you have some. I cannot act to protect you directly. This force is not something that is within my purview. I can merely say that I wish you well. Yeah, so you've basically been told that if you can hold out against Merc for 1 hour, you would be able to join the hunt. So you need 1 hour to win.
Well, optimally, we will win faster than that, or else we'll be here till the next week.
Yep. So
Right.
everyone can take a short rest while you're having the conversation with Hearn. So go ahead and adjust your stuff on your characters, all that kind of jazz. If you have any other questions for Hearn, he will answer some things, but basically he's going to say, eventually the time runs for all of us, and we have to face things.
I'll take one.
So do you have any
Anyone
questions
else?
or anything you want to do for any other things you want to do for Lord Hearn?
Probably not.
Just gonna tell him I thank him and I look forward to seeing him on the hunt. If he had to elude a really powerful goblin, is there any specific advice he has for that?
Don't get stabbed.
Yeah, that is good advice. I agree with that. You know of what you speak.
So he would basically reiterate what a lot of the other people would say. While Merc is a formidable foe on his own, he derives most of his power as a Margrave of the Wild Fae, or sorry, as a Duke, I think, of the Wild Fae. But whatever, as a high-ranking noble of the Wild Fae. So keep in mind that if you want to know the best way to make sure that you don't get murdered by him, the best way is to separate him from the Feywild. So
Just a rules, with the court rules question. If we sent sending to Merc and invited him and gave him all the rights he wanted, actually all the rights there are, would his attacking us be viewed as rude?
it is an interesting choice, but it will not do anything for you. Host rights can be extended, but they must also be accepted for them to be binding. It would not be in Merc's best interest to accept such rights if they were extended to him.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's not right. And if we found someone that is working under Merc, and extend rights to that guy, would Merc attacking us be viewed as rude?
He shakes his head.
Okay, I'm out of stuff.
So, as a DM, I would say that you guys basically have two major options to go for here. You have the more combat-oriented option, which is prepare for fighting, either at the either on Athos or somewhere else, or you can continue to find ways to try to weasel out of the contract to try to figure out some other way to get around this. I'm not really against either one, but I'm going to put the two options up for vote real quick.
Alright, so you can't answer something that isn't 2, so 2 has to be fighting.
Yeah, it has to be 2 for fighting.
I actually reversed them, just so that's true.
Sure. Ishtar does not want to figure out more face semantics.
I was sure Kenner was going to vote 1, and then I was going to vote 1. Now it doesn't.
There you go.
What, you quickly went when you should have gotten like anti-inspiration or something like that.
Well, one of the things I remember about Sapphire-Raktar's cave is it has all kinds of like pillars and wards and stuff that'll help keep that butthole out. So
So, give me 1 second. Move you guys over to Sapphire-Raktar's lair.
Of course, the map is prepared.
Oh no, terrain, my only weakness.
Just this question, would we have enough time to prepare this place for battle?
Yeah, specifically there's a handout for that.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
We should totally prepare the obelisks. That would be hilarious. Oh wait, we are preparing the obelisks. That's
There's
hilarious.
a handout for the obelisks. Gary, what?
So this is going to be what's going to be going on in the combat. Read through this first, and then I'll explain the setup stuff.
Do I have any skills appropriate for interacting with the obelisk? I don't talk.
You should scare them into doing your bidding. I have the Osirian special that is kick them until they work, right?
Well, if you scare them enough, maybe they will think you are actually Sapphire-Raktar the Dead.
That's not a bad plan. Man, if we had done this 2 hours earlier, we could have taken a long rest in between, right?
Technically,
Yes.
we can.
You could, as long as you didn't hold watch.
I have that cantrip that lets us, that ritual that lets us make a long rest in a,
Yeah,
1
but
hour.
Fantastic Recoup also costs quite a bit of money, so you can do that if you guys would like, though. There will be something to do with the time, as a note as well.
Yeah, and I didn't use any dailies, so I think I will just not.
Yeah, I don't.
I only use like 1 daily, so I'm fine.
I'm down 2 surges and my daily extra action point, I guess.
Oh right, after that combat we all got an action point, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'll put them out in a second.
Have we reached a milestone?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Oh, we reached a milestone. I will use this thing then, because yeah.
Somebody using the spell book. What? I mean,
Get out. No
Yeah,
spell books
just-
allowed.
Yep, just as a thing, I will take Slumber of the Winter card, and I can use it twice until before my next extended rest.
Okay.
Big fan of this winter court thing.
So, the obelisk, during the combat, you can use up to 2 successes on the obelisk to power them up to rip away the protection that Merc has. You can also try to rip it away from Merc directly, if you can find some way of justifying to get it away from the goblin, although it is easier to use the obelisk than it is to attack Merc. The second thing is, you may also try to turn the obelisk back on, because you know that they actually have an effect of their own. And you may try to make a single check to reactivate the obelisk for each hour that you have still remaining on the clock when you get to this point. So you guys have 7 hours, so you can make a total of 7 checks.
7 checks total, or 7 checks each?
7 checks total is a group check to try to turn on the obelisk to figure out how they work and what they do and all that sort of stuff.
So, like to turn on their original effect for Sapphire?
Yes.
Or to. Oh, interesting. How many obelisks are there? 8?
6.
Or
6.
6? Okay.
So,
I don't even remember what these do anymore.
which is
Sorry.
what I'm about to do. So, before I click what the effects of the obelisk are, does anyone have any questions about any of the other parts of this challenge? Okay, sounds like it's not. So, for your guys' attention, the one that's up top, are they all labeled with the numbers on them, correct? Or no?
Yes.
Yep.
Cool. Obelisk number 1, which is the one up top, is this.
This one over here.
Mhm.
Okay.
So anytime you see Sephiractar, replace that with yourselves.
that's good.
Pass is pretty good, yeah.
Number 2,
My breath weapon is magnified.
so it's not going to do very much for you.
Not so good.
And active sucks for me.
No Dragonborn here.
That doesn't even dispel invisibility.
Number 3,
I don't know if that guy does effects, but that seems okay.
you do know that he has some sort of effect thing, because he did actually use it on the combat.
Oh, yeah, he did ongoing.
Yeah, the ongoing.
Number 4,
Yes.
That seems okay.
That might save you from a double crit.
Come on, the double crit wasn't that scary. It was just like 200 plus damage.
number 5, and you guys are
Oh,
not playing on
nice.
Aggressive for Glory, obviously. And number 6. So you effectively have 7 points to spend trying to activate things, and then you need to find some sort of way of justifying checks and that sort of stuff. Because of the interest of time, I'm actually going to remove part of that, and I'm going to assume that you guys succeed on most but not all of your checks. So I'm going to give you 5 points to spend effectively.
Well, I say we exclude the breath weapon one then.
Do we need to spend 2 to get them in active state? What's the...
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
but we can keep trying to make them active during the game or during the
No.
fight.
You
Oh.
have to
No.
you have to prepare them first. So there's 2 sections.
Oh,
This is
okay.
preparing it ahead of time. This is the preparing the layer bit, and then there's the actual using them to try to continue their corrupt power. Because again, the obelisks are very anti-Fey power.
So we get 2 active and 1 passive power is what you're saying.
Or you can get all of the you can get all but 1
5
passive if you want.
passives.
Yeah.
5 passives.
So
Or any
Kenner's
combo
voting
there.
for 1, 3, and 4.
I would agree with that. Although, we don't get the interrupt negation on one as opposed to.
I really like the expanded crit range, but okay.
Yeah, I also really like the expanded crit
Yeah.
range.
I also which one's 4? Yes, 4 for sure.
I would say 3 only needs 1 plus.
So it sounds like everyone is agreeing with the fact that spending 2 points on number 4.
Yes. Negating things seems awesome.
I mean, are you guys happy with just the 19-20 crit range then, rather than 18 to 20?
I want it all. I roll so many times.
Oh, that'd be crazy with the double rolls, actually, now I think about it.
Mm.
So you have 3 points left to spend.
We should put 1 point in 3 for save it beginning of turn stuff.
Does everyone else agree with that?
And the number 1, when you are attacked, the enemy is dazed. That is also a good passive.
Well, it's only until the start of the next turn, though. So it just basically kills opportunity actions immediates, but that's it.
Yeah, but their turn ends at when they attack you.
If they've moved or done something before the attack, it just ends their turn.
Okay. So you've got 2 on 4. Unless someone makes a case for it, I'm going to kind of do the easy one, which is how Kenner did it for me. 2 on 3, and then 1 on 1.
I don't feel like we need the second on 3, but I guess whatever.
You want to do?
If you guys want to go for crits instead of the second on 3, then
Yeah.
Alright, well, I'll do that then. Obelisk 5 is crits. So, Obelisk 5. Alright then.
By the way, just as a thing, if we wanted to use the obelisk to throw Merc off the Feywild to sever his connection, would that destroy the obelisk or?
No, it is not.
Okay.
Although he might be trying to destroy the obelisk once he's able to figure out how they work and what they're doing. So, also, guys, for the beginning of things, I would like for you all to place yourselves around the room wherever you would like to be.
Before we move around, I'd like to Cloak of Courage everyone. Is that fine?
Do we have the final things on how we are expending the points? Because I don't see them.
I marked them on the map. So 2 on Obelisk 4, 1 on Obelisk 3, 1 on Obelisk 5, and 1 on Obelisk 1.
Can we assume that I just use Cloak of Courage on everyone?
That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem. You mean obviously you don't get the bonus to defenses, but you can not take a rest after getting the other stuff. So.
I'm sorry for ruining your strategy, Ukla. I know it hurts that you can't use Quarry with all these temps.
No, it just starts me off. That's fine. I don't mind.
So you guys are all going to Langrider? So we have the negation.
And by all means, I've given you guys stuff if you want to copy paste it somewhere so you guys know which one's which. I probably should have made this into a handout, but I didn't really think about it. Well, I didn't really think about how complex it was going to be if you guys had lots of time. So that was my bad.
I did buy the Dust of Appearance thing.
Okay.
So I mean, like, I don't know where you guys would want to set that.
We should probably just wait until he pulls up his invisibility, and then once you hit him with it, it goes away, doesn't it, for the encounter?
It's just in the zone.
Ah, okay then.
It's like a zone of that.
No, it goes away for the encounter.
Oh, what?
Might have a way of negating that though.
It's the last. Can't become invisible again until the end of the encounter. It's the other piece.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
So,
I have the potion and stuff if we're gonna do that.
does anyone else have anything else they would like to do to prepare the lair before the timer's going to run out and we're going to go to the last step?
Prepare the lair. Do we have even time to prepare the lair?
This is what you're doing now.
I would really like to see if we can't get that entrance. If you remember, Gary, there's an archway that generates a field of power. And then further in the tunnel, there's images of Safarakdar fighting other adventurers.
Yeah, it's down this way.
I don't remember all this, but I would like to get all that stuff activated if we can. Probably up to Kinner mostly, and yeah. But if we can get that stuff activated, that might slow. At least if they come in that way, it might slow them down.
Yeah, not a problem. You can basically turn all the lights on in the lair. It's your lair now.
All right, cool. Now we just need to get a dragon buddy to wait outside invisible and jump on him when they're. Spoiler alert.
So,
One thing I think I'd like to do is prepare kind of a ritual, like something like an alarm or something like that, so that we know when he actually enters the room.
okay.
Skinner, can you do like some kind of arcane defiling stuff that would prevent him from using magic, maybe? Can't you do that on
Seems
Athos?
problematic for us.
Oh, right, I need to spend an hour doing the thing so I can use my divine powers without having to roll, like, every time.
Question: is the water from the health still around here?
It is not. It's long since evaporated. The blue on the map is not actually water anymore.
Okay.
Yeah, and I also need an hour to meditate and not.
Garrett, do you still have that handout for Athos?
Yes, I do. Give me just 1 second.
Do I need to do a thing too if I'm arcane? Probably.
It's not arcane. It's only divine.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Oh,
there's an
I just-
arcane element, but
There is an
Yeah,
arcane. There is a thing for arcane, but the meditating thing is not for arcane.
yeah, I was thinking that was what I was talking about with making the dead magic terrain. But and then Gary, I also wanted to know: is the corruption that was in the water? Is there still some residue of that in these pools?
No, it's been a couple of months since then.
Yeah. Okay.
What? Sorry.
All of the effort, all of the heroic, maximum effort. All right. So you're using a alarm or safeguard or something?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, tell me what you were using, not something like it.
I guess, what do I have? I have alarm. Yeah, I think alarm would do.
Okay, so mark your alarm on the map, please.
How does it go?
It's 10 by
Only
10.
10 by 10, yeah.
It's 10 by 10. Okay.
And then I just need a Arcana check from you. So whatever your thing is, plus 10.
9, 10. So my Arcana check?
Mhm.
33. Plus 10, so that's 43.
Okay.
Can we were there. Does this lead to an exit?
It does not lead to an exit, no.
Okay, so I only need to go there. Okay, that's all.
All right, so the alarm is there. Trying to think. Yeah, okay. So, as you guys are kind of gathered around, focusing on trying to do the finishing touches to try to get the defenses of the lair, Theo, you feel this kind of creeping sensation like you're being watched, and you hear a whooshing sound as knives come your direction.
Oh gosh.
So the lightning is to show that he's invisible. Please roll initiative, everybody. Well, I'm going to attack Theo, and then you guys are going to roll initiative.
We don't have a preparatory round per se, right?
No, because you don't know exactly when he's going to appear. I think I hit the wrong button. Theo.
Oh wow, he crit.
Deny that one is what I'm saying.
So the first, actually, can he hit? He can do range to hit multiples from there. So the first one is going to be against Theo. The second one's going to be against Euclid, and the third one's going to be against Helix. Nah, he'd have to take a penalty. Can he actually get in the middle and not take a penalty? Probably can. Let me look. Let me see. What? Yeah, he'll go there, so he doesn't take a penalty. So it'll be 46 AC, 50 AC, 48 AC.
Can I use the obelisk 4 power to negate the crit?
You can.
Great. I'd like to. It's one of us per round?
Per round, yep. So Obelisk 4 has been used.
I mean, I unilaterally did that. Does anybody object?
I'm going to assume that if he crits, that you guys are going to be relatively okay with using the Obelisk to stop it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the way to go about it. This guy seems to crit quite often.
Question.
You rolled
Three
3
times.
d20s.
So, with the Rune 4, it says attack power on active.
Mm-hmm.
Does that just eat his entire power, or just the one hit?
If you're using the Obelisk 4 for this attack, nothing happens. The whole power vanishes.
Oh, okay,
And-
even better then.
Secondarily, do we have both of those things, or just the active one?
You have, if the thing is turned to active, you have the active instead of the passive.
Okay. Right.
So Theo and Helix, you guys didn't get hit.
Yeah, Theo and Helix didn't take any damage.
Oh, really? We didn't? Okay.
Yeah,
Because
the
you
power
used it to negate it, so the entire power goes away.
Oh, nice. Okay, then that's cool.
So the Goblin has taken his surprise round action. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm still missing person from initiative.
Oh, I don't think I rolled. But doesn't Kinner get an action?
No.
Okay, because he can't be surprised.
Right, he can't, but he didn't. He's not involved in this because it's within 5 squares.
But Helix is not.
So I wouldn't have been able to attack Helix. I would have had to attack Assyrian then. So I would be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So he'd be there instead, so that he could attack 3 people outside of the range.
Is he invisible?
He is invisible,
Yes.
which is what the little lightning bolt means.
Okay.
Ishtar, you're up first.
Okay, I'm going to... I can, like, as long as I'm next to a pillar, I can do the, it doesn't matter how far away he is, right? To disable his stuff?
Yes.
His
Although if
connection?
he's closer to it, it actually causes more problems, not less. So,
Oh, okay.
hang on.
I'll pull up Assyrian to my
My
initiative.
computer's gonna freeze, so we'll get through that.
So you're pulling me to 38, is that it?
Yep.
Oh, we're doing a thing. Okay. I'm gonna apply my blind sight stuff.
Okay.
And then...
Don't forget that blind sight is only 10, so you are just in range of him.
Yeah, well, I just want to be able to see him if he tries to stab me in the back, that's all. So can I... Is it a possible thing for me to just, like, to just overload power into this and try and just disrupt the connection to the Feywild with just as much energy as I can throw into it with my intimidate stuff, or is that not okay?
Yeah, so you're trying to use a power check just by using charisma instead of int because you're a sorcerer.
Basically,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, because not everyone is, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Move action for this one.
Okay.
I don't know what the DC for this is, but that's probably good.
It's on the handout.
Yeah, I know. I just don't know what step it is because I'm bad at figuring out. It doesn't matter.
Moderate DC. It's not that hard
okay.
to do right now.
All right. So then I will. I guess I'll use my minor to try and fully activate it for the same thing with I assume a -2.
What's the -2 for?
For using the same skill again, just to try.
-5 for using the same thing.
-5 for using the same skill again. In that case, I will just go ahead and use a lightning in the blood as a minor, and I'll be done. So you can, I don't know if that got through. You can move on. I'll be done after that.
I did get it. I was just typing the thing on the board. I'll make it a little bigger for other people so you can see it a little bit better. But yeah, ignore Merc Shadow in the middle. It's just no one can be there because it's a gigantic pillar, and it's easy for me to not have it on another layer to make my life a little bit easier when I have to put it in. So Merc was prevented from assassinating people. He mutters something in Goblin, which I don't think Theo can understand, and then he is going to attempt to assassinate Theo. Buttons, there it is. So 3 attacks on Theo.
So many crits.
That might kill me outright, actually.
Don't we have the obelisk?
The obelisk has been used at the end of the round, so it's once per round.
Okay.
So it was a surprise round, and then the round went again?
I mean, some of us were not surprised. I'm not sure why it wouldn't reset at the end of the surprise round.
Sure.
If that's the case.
So do you want to use the thing to stop Theo from getting murdered right here?
That seems
Probably.
good.
Yes, please.
So he.
I thought number 4.
Yes, the number 4.
Interrupt. That
And
was...
you even rolled 2 crits on one of the rolls, man. Stop.
So he sees this, notice that there's things that are causing problems for him. I'm going to delete the alarm because it's not going to do much, because he's going to walk through it and trigger it for shits. He is going to... Doesn't have to teleport, he can just walk. So he's going to action point, and then he's going to toss... he doesn't really know who's doing what. Oh yeah, he does. He knows who's causing these problems. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to go here, and he's going to toss 2 at Kenner and 1 at Ishtar. So the first attack is against Ishtar, the second 2 are at Kenner. Oh, this is not going to be properly done. So it's going to be 2 higher against you for the attack rolls, Kenner. So 45 and a crit.
Okay, that will hit.
So
By the way, what is he attacking?
it's AC.
Okay.
That's important that it should be put in there. But yeah, it's AC.
That's yeah. I mean, I can't do much about a 45. So.
So Kenner, he crit you, correct?
Yes, I have to do the math.
Here's a question. How did he move?
He
Wouldn't
moved
he
right.
have been dazed?
He was not dazed, to my knowledge.
Doesn't he get dazed when he
He has to
attacks us?
hit.
He
He
hasn't
hasn't
hit
hit
anything.
anyone yet.
You've negated both of his attacks up until now.
Okay.
He's gonna be dazed
Um,
now.
Uh, huh, okay, so I'm down.
That was quick.
Yeah, I have a free action that's triggers when I'm bloodied, but I did not get bloodied because he done right. Got me
Did
down.
the 53 damage not bloody you?
Nope, I had temps.
Ah,
So no shadows for him.
so he gets a shadow when he reduces you to 0, though.
Yeah, and when he crits, I think another or just one?
No, he can't get more than 1 per trigger. That's why I needed to know if the first one blooded you,
Ah, okay.
because then he would have gotten 2, because you get 1 per attack.
Mm-hmm.
And Merc is done. Theo, you're up.
He's healed.
Helix, I suppose you have Kinder covered for heals?
He does.
Okay, guess I'll focus on getting rid of his empowered state, because I think that will get rid of those extra rolls, hopefully. So I'll move to adjacent to obelisk 6, and as a standard action, I will attempt to use, Can I use diplomacy on the obelisk?
If you're giggling to yourself because that doesn't make any sense, you already know the answer.
Okay, sorry. Okay, I'll try to use nature then.
Okay. So nature is a power check, so that is automatic.
Okay. Let me roll for that then.
What type of action are you using again?
Standard.
Okay. Do you need to roll?
For nature.
Yeah. Do you can you fail an easy nature check? Is the question.
I might actually, because I only have like a
Click
plus
the button then.
17.
Plus 17, you auto pass it.
Yeah. So plus 17 is yes. You don't need to roll. So it's 1 success.
Oh, okay then. Thanks, goodness. I barely auto pass. Thank goodness then. I'm definitely not gonna try as a minor. So as a minor, I'll just use Bastion of health on myself, so I get temps. And that in my turn.
Assyrian, you're up.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to be very useful this turn. I am going to enter the crucible, I'm going to apply the enchant, and I will move closer to him, and I'll be done.
Helix.
Okay, I'm going to use the thing. Healing Kinner first. Clicking the button. Yes. So Kinner get 44. I'm I will timeless lock it with the thing. And I will standard action. Oh no, I won't do the boot. I will just direct the strike on Ishtar to shoot at the shadow because I think it should go away.
For the record, the shadow is visible. It's not invisible like Merc is.
Okay. I just dust of appearance on Merc.
Okay.
I think, unless he moved.
Do you want to give me a zone, please? Because it will actually matter for stuff on this. Because I think the zone lasts till the end of the encounter or something like that.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It does. I will draw it out after my turn. Um,
Merc is now invisible.
and I will.
You see Merc kind of pushing at the
Ishtar,
stuff that's on him.
Ishtar, just shoot Merc Shadow. Roll 20's
Shoot.
fucking with me.
Merc's Shadow with just a normal basic, or
Yeah, a basic attack.
okay.
Yeah.
I think you made the Dust of Disappearance a 3x3 burst instead of a 3x3 blast. But we'll figure that out in a minute.
But I don't have anything other than your sort of turn bonus, right?
Yeah, just +2.
Going on. Okay. I didn't know if his basic attack granting anything. Wow, that's awful.
31 reflex does not hit the Lord of the Fae.
I will use a reroll on that. It will be good timing. Oh, all right. Well, that'll be 6 higher, so 37.
37 also does not hit the Lord of the Fae.
All right. Well, I guess I miss and take 7 psychic damage.
Which is what that power says.
Yeah, that's normally what that power says.
Kinner, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to let's see, stand up. Why not? Then make an attack against this guy. 3, 5. He's the only target. I'm going to use the staff so I don't provoke.
Okay.
20. He's diced, okay. That's 41 versus his one.
The 41 will connect.
Okay, he is dazed and slowed, so he went above.
1 second.
Okay.
So I should have done this for the initial days, but I forgot, so that's on me.
Alright.
So unfortunately, he's going to ignore it.
This one. He has -4 to that, but
It is arcane, man.
Oh.
so
It's
you're
arcane.
fucked.
Yeah.
so I'm pretty much okay. That's
Now I will keep in mind, if you notice for his stuff, all of it is denoted as being empowered, so it's not going to be a complete fuck you all of the time.
yeah, I know. So it didn't work. I have a minor left. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and good. I have the second use of that power. I'm going to use Blur as a minor, and and then I'm going to use an action point because why not? And yeah, use the obelisk to disconnect him from the fade wild.
Okay. So you will be at 1 higher tier, but it's only going to be a moderate DC, so I don't think you can fail if you're using Arcana.
I have +30 Arcana.
Yeah, so.
I think so.
So you need a 25, so you automatically succeed.
Okay, and that is all for my turn.
You can see the shadow is starting to warp and look a little weird while it's close to the obelisk as you're continuing to pull away his power from the Feywild. The shadow will take his turn, sees you standing there, and is going to attempt to stab you.
Okay.
So reaches out with the shadow, strikes in.
I'm going to react with Wizard Escape. And I'm there. Actually, there I guess.
Okay. The shadow is going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to teleport to there, and then in its turn. Euclid, you're up. You can tell that the shadow seems to be almost mindlessly drawn to its target. It doesn't seem to be like a creature that makes choices.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and spend an action point. I am also then going to right. I'm going to turn my minor into a standard with my locket. I'm going to use the first standard action from my locket to identify the nature of this obelisk and what the ideal positioning of it would be in order to get it to fully affect the Feywild.
Okay.
Athletics to put it in that position.
So you've used both of the successes for that obelisk?
Yes. Do we know how many successes we need, or is it all of them?
I was going to give you a description here in a second.
Oh, okay.
So you can tell with the as you're kind of pushing it away, you can see that weird connection between Merc and his shadow continues to blur and start to be damaged. You can tell that his connection to the Feywild is starting to be injured. You probably are at least, or you're probably halfway to removing his removing the tier. So this tier needs 8 successes.
Removing a tier. So this isn't. There's multiple tiers to this as well.
Yes. So you have 4 successes. Sorry, 5 successes because I can't count.
Okay.
Math.
Gonna move. First move action. Going to use. Oh, if I use the same skill again, there's a negative to it. Is that correct?
Correct. It's -5.
Move to him. I'm going to attempt to engage him directly, and it's a standard action, and I'm going to tell him that he has no hope. He may as well give up. His connection to the Feywild will soon be severed, and goblin thing.
Trying to intimidate.
Yes.
Sure. Note that he is empowered still, so you will take the abilities appropriate on the handout.
Yeah, I got a 43. I hope it makes.
So let's see. This is a what type of action? Standard?
Standard, yes.
So normally it would be easy because he is at the being made against him, and he is currently empowered. It goes up 2 tiers just to hard DC, so that easily makes hard DC. Okay.
I will minor action. That's wait, I minored already. Have a move action left. I will.
If it matters, you can't go invisible anymore. I don't know if it matters.
It doesn't for me, unfortunately. We'll quarry him, I guess. Or wait, move action. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna.
All right.
Yeah, I'm done.
Ishtar, you're up.
Alright,
the end of the round happened, so the obelisk resets.
Cool. I will, as a move action, and with guidance of the past, I'll basically take this obelisk that's I threw a bunch of power into it to try and disrupt, and now I'd like to use thievery to basically tinker around with the obelisk and get it to direct the magic correctly, since I'm incapable of directing magic effectively.
Okay, I like that.
And then Roll20 will not work, or rather my computer. But we'll get there eventually.
All right, that is what I think you said it is a standard, right?
I said it was a move action.
I said it's a move. So the 33 will succeed.
I believe. Actually, there's no reason not to do it as a... No, whatever. Yeah. We'll do it as a move, and then... okay. So that happens, and then... this
Actually, I don't know if it does. 1 second, let me double check.
Oh.
It is actually not going to succeed, unfortunately, because
Oh,
he
wow.
is within 5 squares. Because it is a movement is moderate DC, and because he's really close to it, then it goes up to hard DC.
Then I absolutely should have done it as a standard then. Oh well. That's me not... Again, that's me not understanding how words work. Okay. So that does not succeed. And there's no point in me re-rolling it because I can't possibly succeed, basically.
Oh, you needed a 19, but yeah. No, he does not. He's not a creature.
Okay, so... Well, that failed, so I guess instead I will use my standard to just... well, yeah, I'll just use my standard to put more power into it, since clearly fine-tuning it did not work at all.
Okay, so you need a moderate DC.
Okay.
That'll definitely get the job done. You fill it full to the brim with power, and you can see the that cloak, that aura around Merc that was protecting him, that empowered guise that he had carrying on as part of the Wild Fae, is almost completely torn away.
I don't think there's anything I can really do from a range. Although I guess as part of the move, I could have moved Zapdog and then try and do something through him. What can Zapdog do? I don't even know. I'm just
Your
gonna
character.
Well, he just does things from my thing. Or from my stuff. Can Zapdog attempt to just since he's like sort of just a manifestation of my power, can Zapdog use endurance to attempt to just feed himself to this pillar to power it without like completely discorporating?
I would say that if you succeed in this, it's going to destroy Zapdog, but it will succeed. Basically, you can feed your pet to it. And if you do not succeed, I will not have it eat your pet.
That might succeed.
You're close to him, so he's within
I'm close
5.
to him.
Yeah.
Nope.
So.
Oh yeah, he's within 5 levels, so it won't. Okay.
So it is not going to succeed.
Well, I don't think I could send him to a farther one. I should have. Oh, the other one's disabled. Yeah. So okay, I'm done.
Merc is up. Merc is no longer dazed. He laughs heartily at everything that's going on around. He sees that there is a problematic thing over there on the obelisk, and so he is going to reach out through his shadow as a minor action and try to remove a success from the obelisk. So while the obelisk has one thing against it, you can actually do a success to the obelisk to turn it back on. Basically, anything that he tinkers with that you guys have already set up, you can undo. But he's going to turn off the active of Obelisk 4 because he's kind of tired of not being able to do stuff. And then he's going to throw knives at the people that are making him be able to be seen. So Helix, you're getting 2 knives, and Euclid, you're getting 1.
So currently we can only negate one of these attacks, right?
So I'll hit it again.
Did Obelisk 4 go passive, or is it just totally inert?
It's passive right now. That's why I put the little 1 against it, so it's now passive instead of active. So you can negate the damage of one of these attacks.
Can we like use skill checks to restore it too? Or... Okay.
So 2 shots at Helix, 1 shot at Ukla. So hit and a crit and a 44 against Euclid.
Yeah, I'll take the 49. You should negate that crit, Helix.
And then he dazes himself.
So he would be dazed, but he's going to use his thing that he should have used the first time. So
does he have to do it twice? Since he hit twice?
Yeah, he should, because he actually hit twice. He succeeds.
He doesn't care. Alright, well. 3 rolls will do that, unfortunately.
Yeah, 3 rolls plus 5.
I guess it's kind of in the way that he would do stuff that he feels supremely confident. He's gonna provoke from you, Euclid.
So he's going to move.
Yeah, he's gonna move.
Okay, I'll do the provoke first, but then I want to interrupt it. Can I do it that way, or do I have to do the interrupt first?
As long as they have different action types and the same trigger, you can put them in any order you want.
Yeah, one's an immediate interrupt, and the other is an opportunity action, which is
Yes.
not an immediate.
Mhm.
So I'll go ahead and hit him. Try anyway. Not granting CA. Are there any other bonuses? So does a 40 hit him?
40 does connect.
Great. I'll quarry him to get some temps back. Take 48 damage, and he's now vulnerable to cold.
When
really
your
don't
weapon
like-
strikes in him, you see this weird sort of shadow over top of his body appear, and Kenner, you see bits and pieces of the shadow start to degrade.
So then I will ask this: is he vulnerable to cold?
Yes.
Okay. Then I will. He's moving away. That's why he provoked, correct?
Mhm.
We'll wrong step him. Adding in the vulnerability. 44 AC for 41 cold damage.
Nice.
He is immobilized.
Okay. Is that including the vulnerability, correct?
It is.
The shadow looks like it's pretty messed up, and he is going to try to not be immobilized. That is the wrong button. He is not immobilized. Let's see. So he's going to go to here and spend his second action point, I think. Yeah, because he'd really like to knock people out. So one shot's going to Kenner, and then 2 shots to Ishtar.
And just so you know, I'm invisible to him.
Okay. So my attack roll against you is going to be incorrect. You're going to be the 3rd attack, Kenner, but I didn't code this correctly.
Okay.
So 37 against Ishtar, 46 against Ishtar, and then 39 against Kenner.
This is his second sequence of the turn.
Yep.
So.
Question: Isn't Keenan also have cover or something because he's down the ledge?
Probably not.
It's not a big incline because it's 10 feet to go 5 feet. Like here to here is only 5 feet up, so it's a very gentle slope.
All right. I will expend resistances and make the first one miss. And then the second one will whack me for 50, which hurts a lot.
Does that bloody you?
Oh yeah. So he can make his shadow friend next to me.
And I'm down.
I guess
that-
Jesus
Yeah. But I'm gonna Ring of Fury him, which
Do it. Keep in mind the shadow has the ability to take attacks, so I assume you
Yeah,
don't
that's-
provoke, but
I do, which is why I was questioning. So I'm actually just gonna stab the shadow twice instead with my
Okay.
Ring of Fury.
that's fine.
It is not the first turn. There's no bonuses at all. Wow, no.
34 AC on the shadow does not connect. 32 connects less.
Hitting AC is hard. All right. That's a thing that happens.
Theo, you're up.
First, as a standard action, I'm going to attempt to, I guess, kick the obelisk, or rather, try to cock it into place using my strength to better, I guess, reduce Merc's connection to the Fae.
Okay.
Kick the laser beam toward Merc.
You don't know how it
I
works.
wanna-
You just kick it and hopefully it works better.
Should I roll for this or does plus 21 auto pass?
If you are using it as a standard, plus 21 will auto pass.
Okay, I'll just do that as standard then, and then I'm going to move. Yeah,
1
Kimura
second.
needs like.
He dephases, reverse phases, whatever.
So
untears.
you can see that cloak of power around Merc fades. His powers seem to wane significantly. He definitely still has a lot of kind of pep in his step. He's moving very quickly still. But you can see that the protection granted to him by the Fae that makes him stronger than he would normally be has passed away. But you can tell that he's still holding quite a bit of power of the Fae in himself. And if you continue to kind of attack that power, it will continue to weaken him.
Oh, nice. Maybe we turn him down to a normal civilian. Next, I'm gonna move.
I don't think he's a normal civilian yet, though.
Also, I'm gonna need healing at some point because I got beat up.
By the way, Gary,
Helix, you got that right? I'm gonna heal Kenner.
okay. By the way, Gary, I think you had 3 saves against Daze when he attacked us.
I did. And I just moved up my shit. Hang on. Stupid thing being empowered. 1. He succeeds. Had to go hunt down the macro because he's not empowered anymore. Well, he was
Yeah.
empowered when he was trying to avoid being dazed. He's not empowered now.
And that's my turn.
Assyrian, you're up.
Alright. Has been waiting for this all day. He's going to move himself up to here, and then he's going to use come and get it. And wait. Damn it, did I? Oh no, I need to move here instead. That was the problem. Come and get it, and I'll try to get these 3.
Okay.
Actually, I will action point the come and get it, so I'll get all the bonuses. What are the bonuses, Helix? And heal.
Here you go.
Plus 11 to damage. Only plus 3 to attack on the first attack? That sounds wrong for tactical presence, but oh well.
Yep. It's right.
Okay, so where do I have this? Come and get it. Oh, an old macro. Fantastic. So that's 42 damage if they get hit.
Okay.
Yes, yeah, 42. Hit. Oh shit, this is a really old macro. Alright. So that's 36 against Merc.
That's a miss.
I will right for that. For
Okay.
40.
It's a hit.
Get him over here.
Okay.
Hit 45 on shadow number 1 and 30 weight on shadow number 2.
He is currently visible. I will mark him if he's not visible. Is that what you wanted to be, or do you want this guy up here?
Get him there, yeah, that was good how you put it first. Actually, away from Kinet, it sounds a little smarter, just maybe.
Okay.
And now for my second action, I am going to... What's this called again? This Storm Assault?
1 second. I want you, since you hit him, you're going to be aware of his new Wild Fey avatar. So he's going to take less damage. He's going to split it with the shadow that's over by Ishtar.
Alright. And they all took 42 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, this Storm Assault.
Did you include vulnerability for Merc, or no?
No, I did not. So,
okay,
47.
so a little bit more.
Continuing, let's go on this. I cannot differentiate Merc from the others with my macros, so I'll just put the general one. So 33 to the other 2 if I hit, 35 on Merc. No, sorry,
38.
35,
yeah, I
38.
understand.
And this Storm Assault hit. Oh, okay. At least this one is updated. Let's start Merc. 41 AC.
Yep.
Merc's Shadow. 33, he probably misses.
Yeah, it does.
And against Merc Shadow number 2. 41 AC. Or
Hits.
33. They are all marked by me, and I am in the Storm Assault. And I did my action point. I did my move action. I am going to be a dick and vanish.
You hear Merc clap his knives together as you vanish. He seems to approve.
My mark is red, by the way.
Helix, you're up.
I will move to here. Going to heal Ishtar. Okay. I think I'm going to. Yeah, I guess I could heal Kenner again. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to do it. So I guess really I'm just gonna death from two sides with the Syrian. On Merc.
Alright.
Actually, yeah, here it comes. I'm going to Guidance of the Past this. And so click the button and NBA. What is that?
So plus 8. So it should be a 35 AC. 35 AC does not connect.
Yeah. Okay, I will re-roll that. Oh god, that's terrible. But it's
Yeah,
5 higher.
it does not
So
succeed.
it's gonna be bad. And final. Yeah, I know. Final re-roll because I'm apparently not going to hit this.
Jesus Christ, okay. Alright.
Okay, there we go.
A 16 will connect.
Okay, time for me to try. 6. 38 on AC.
38 AC does connect.
Nice. So, damn, not that nice. Because I'm an idiot.
Just let me know what the damage is at some point. Helix,
Yeah.
anything else?
It's really low. So it's 57.
Um,
I have two weapon openings, so I'm going to smack him again. As I just keep going on this flurry of blows, now that I finally can see, smack my enemy for 42 points of damage. Extra. Oh. Scary?
I heard him. I'm mathing.
And I guess.
Anything else, Helix? Sounded like a move minor standard to me. Cool. Kenner, you're alive.
Yeah, nice. So a question: are the shadows? What are they? They are enemies. They are creatures. They are
They are effectively summons.
summons. Okay, so if I target something that targets creatures, they are not targeted.
They are targeted, yes. So they're summons, not conjurations.
I hope they don't follow summon rules, or else they have half Merc's HP. That would be terrible.
They seem to have quite a bit of hit points.
Okay, so what I want to do, I think, is use this part, and slide this as a minor. Use movement to slide this guy here,
Okay.
this guy here,
Okay.
and this guy here.
All right. So that is your movement and your minor. What would you like to do for your standard, Kenner? Can you guys hear me?
Connection lost.
I think normally if you've been removed or banned, it actually shows you that you've been removed or banned.
Well, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was the thing.
I think Mark attacked the team.
Kinner, as I was saying, this might be a bad idea because unless you're moving away from there, I might not be able to protect you.
No, I'll be alright.
So what are you doing with your standard, Kenner?
So as a standard, I'm going to use Arcane to let's see, it removes one of the attacks. So yeah, I guess I'm just going to use a standard to bring this obelisk back on. Does that require a check or does
It does.
It does. Okay. Then I guess I will play to Ion to help us a bit. Because yeah.
Cool. So religion check.
TeamSpeak is back up, by
Oh,
the way, which is
and
awkward.
it's a one.
It's fine. We're already here.
All right.
So unfortunately, that I don't think that succeeds a medium. Let me look. Moderate DC is what you need to turn it back on. So that unfortunately does not succeed moderate.
Oh, okay. That sucks.
I mean, you
But
almost
I hit
auto pass
myself up.
moderate. So what? I don't think you had that action.
I had a move action for
right. Divine
action
Oracle.
pointing. Yeah.
Weird ass extra actions on other turns from action pointing. So let's see. Merc Shadow. He is going to teleport 1, 2, 3, 4 to here.
Does he? Oh, I'm prone. Okay, never mind.
You know, Kinner, that's the problem. If I was here, I would be able to do something, but from there I can't.
And then he is going to Shade Strike on Kenner. Your mark is a -2, not -3, right? Assyrian?
-2, yeah.
So 34 versus Fortitude.
Versus Fortitude. That is a hit. Yep.
So 31 points of damage. And when the Shade Strike strikes into you, you see this tenuous connection forming between the shadow and you. And you see the blade grow really long and start to waver back and forth over your body.
Okay, it also blooded me, so I can use this thing. Yay! I get hit.
So you heal back up a little bit.
Yeah, I need to check what's my highest power.
The other shadow is going to teleport here and attempt to stab you.
I'm going to stop that with the Storm Assault.
Okay.
No, that's not right, it's just this much. 44 versus DC. 39 points of damage and it is prone. Does damaging the shadow seem to have any effect on Merc?
Does not. So he moved there, you hit him, and but he can still attack and stuff. But he would be violating Mark and adjacent to you. But he's going to do it anyway. They don't think, so he's going to violate Mark.
Alright, I'm going to smack him. This time he's frosty. For 40, 37 AC, maybe in this actually.
No, 30. Hang on. Is that with combat advantage included?
That is with combat advantage included.
Does not connect, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So he's going to swing at a -2.
Nah, I need to save it.
38 fortitude for 35.
Yep.
I think he's a -2 more because he's prone now. No.
Yeah, but it's a fortitude of a wizard, so.
Well, no, it's you're right, but he has combat advantage. He's prone and he's marked,
right,
so it's a total of -2.
Yeah.
Euclid, you're up.
Right, minor action. I will Howling Winds. I'm going to bring Merc adjacent to me in the center of this zone again.
Okay.
Standard action. I'm going to go ahead and do a Cruel Cage of Steel. All 3 attacks on Merc.
Okay.
I'm going to include vulnerability.
Okay.
So first one's a 47 AC. Reapply the vulnerability. 51 cold damage.
Okay.
Oops. Hang on. There we go. Second one's a crit.
Crit, nice.
74 cold. Oh, wait. I should really check these rolls because I forget we have an expanded crit range. Anyway, I didn't need it for that. So 74 cold, 20 ongoing. He is now dazed. Sorry, he is now stunned. First thing dazed, second stunned. This one now third.
Well, hang on. So against the first daze.
Yeah, I didn't know how you wanted to work that. You know what I mean? Because it's kind of like if all 3 attacks hit, it does a different thing.
Yeah. So he's got to do it. He has to do it against the first one, or he loses his immediate. So
okay.
He's not dazed. And
So then would this second one stun him then?
I guess it has to be at the end of everything because it changes. So yeah, I guess it will be at the end of all of this. That is a weird effect.
Yeah, see, I didn't. Again, I really hadn't. Oh, but his is an interrupt, so I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna just go ahead with the third attack. And you can
Just a question: does he save against save against stunt, or did that not happen yet?
Oh, okay. The way that it functions is he has to interrupt the daze in order for it to work. So if you hit him with this last one, he will be stunned.
Well, but except I hit him all 3 times, and then my power just says I have to hit him. It doesn't care what status effect he's under.
True.
Anyway,
sure, whatever.
To me, the important point, the whole reason I did this is because I don't think he gets to save against the weakened part, because that doesn't prevent him from doing actions, and I want this fucker so weakened.
You think?
Yeah. So anyway, you do whatever you want with the day's stun business.
Yeah, but it is one effect is the important part. So he's weakened and stunned. So if he gets rid of the stun, he also gets rid of the weakened. But he doesn't, so it's not that big of a deal because it'll just trigger 3 times.
All right, great. And then so that was my minor. That was my standard. As a move action, I will. So he actually is stunned now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, wasn't expecting that. I will, I think. I'm gonna run down here and be done.
All of his shadows look gloriously fucked up. Ishtar, it's your turn.
All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, as a move action, once again attempt to feed Zap Dog to the pillar. Right, or did I use that action last? So there be a penalty even though I failed? Question mark?
Correct.
Okay, so I'll wait to do that until later. So I'm going to, thanks to this ridiculous +7 speed bonus from Den for some reason, I'm going to use Spark Form with my action point. So click your action point bonus things, Warlords.
Actually, wait, can you see me from here? I don't
I
think
don't
I
know.
can.
No.
No? Okay, so Warlords, other Warlord, click your action point bonus.
Just
And then
barely
I'm
out of
going to
range.
make a...
Or out of sight.
Huh?
You're just barely out of sight.
Yeah.
We're close.
I'm going to make a Spark Form attack with... Oh, actually, this guy here and this guy here are going to take 5 lightning damage, I believe, from my action point trigger, because I remembered that this time. And then I'm going to Spark Form from that... Well, I'll click the thing, but I'm going to end up far away. The first guy adjacent to me is going to have a +3 on him, and the second guy is going to have a +3 because of CA. So this attack roll will not be, like, that correct, but, you know.
Hit the button, tell me what's wrong.
Huh?
Hit the button and then tell me what's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy is a 41.
That hits. And the 50 hits, and the 54 hits.
Okay, so I'm going to zoom through that. I will re-roll and I'm going to end up over here.
You
I'm
destroy
going to
one of the
re-roll
shadows.
the one against the last guy. What?
You destroy one
Yeah.
of the shadows.
Okay. I'm going to try to good timing again, because that was a good idea before. So how about 13 higher for 49?
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, so good timing will work. So I will hit them all with Spark Form. That guy can stay in the zone. That guy can slide away from Kenner. This guy can slide down away from me. And then I am going to use my normal action to make a Lightning Daggers attack against the guy that I just slid away from me. Yeah, that seems reasonable, right? So my bonus on this is that. And then I'm going to repeat that attack. I killed the guy through the extra damage zone, so it doesn't matter.
So the 46 against which guy again? Remind me?
These are both against this guy.
Okay. So the first one's going to kill him.
Oh, then I'll make the second one as a 41 against that guy.
Which will also kill him.
Okay. And then I'm going to... okay, that's all my attacks. I'm going to... This pillar has not been activated, correct, that I'm now next to?
It is currently active. It has not been used for the successes part.
That one. I'm going to, as a minor, do the thing where I fill it with power.
Okay.
So that will be probably a success, since he's not a thing anymore. And then I will use my move action to try and feed Zapdog to that pillar. Which will also succeed. And then I have taken my turn. So move on.
2 successes. Merc is going to laugh, standing in the dust. You see the stun on him fade as he brute forced his way through the stun. He seems to take quite a bit of damage from that and doesn't have anything to redirect it to. So actually that is not the correct button. Let me hit the button. There's the button. So he has concealment. Really like to get another shadow out of Kenner. Also would really like to be not in this nonsense.
This
Oh,
is
so he
almost
has
as rare as Gil.
concealment, but he can't turn invisible.
Yeah, that's why I asked about the wording in the dust again.
Okay, cool. So
Except from like the two of
Oh.
us with blind sight, but
So the zone doesn't matter at all, in fact, because he's just been dusted.
Yes, it does. He has a way to get rid of it when he switches
Okay.
things. If he didn't start in this, he would have been able to be invisible, but since he immediately got put back in it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 there. So one shot at Kenner, two shots at Ishtar. Oh no, he is marked. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so one shot at Assyrian, one shot at Ishtar, and one shot at Kenner. So
You don't need to put yourself in the way, really.
So in book order, Assyrian, Kenner, and Ishtar.
okay.
Does he have -2 because
does.
I'm prone?
He's -5 because Assyrian's still invisible, or is Assyrian invisible?
I'm still invisible.
If he has CA from concealment, he doesn't have it against me. I don't know if that's a thing.
That is horribly wrong. So apologies. The 29 is going to horribly miss Assyrian, and I did something wrong with the damage. So the second one should be a 44 against Kenner for 41 damage. And the third one should be a 39 against AC on Ishtar for 45.
I got higher. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, ow.
I'm still up.
I'm bloodied again. Oh, I should have subtracted that.
That's one of the funniest declarations ever.
Guys, I'm still alive down here.
Merc is going to use his minor on Kenner, so he's going to take a -2 to this, I think. Yeah, -2.
That doesn't count as entering a space adjacent to me, does it?
I couldn't hear what Kenner said.
Sorry.
-4 because of Mark?
-2 because of the mark, but it's a burst. It's not a not a range attack. So he's calling on the power of the knife that he just threw into you. You guys notice that the knives don't return to his hand. He just throws them and leaves them in people. 37 fortitude.
Okay,
It does
that
not
was
Ishtar.
it. Oh my god, if I take this damage, I'm down again.
We have Felix and Theo before you, so it's good, probably.
Oh, it just means more shadows.
He is going to spend his almost last action point to shoot once at Assyrian, once at Ishtar, and once at Theo. So in that order, Assyrian, Ishtar, and Theo. I don't have this. I'm going to tell you what's wrong with the macro in a second. So 39 against Assyrian, 45 against Ishtar, and 39 against Theo.
We probably negate this one, right?
We can only negate one attack, or did we fix the machine? Did
We
fix
fixed
the
it.
machine?
So you can only negate, yeah, you can negate 1 power per round.
Yeah.
That would be a good negation, I guess.
Yeah, I see no reason not to. What would be the
Shouldn't we have
reason not?
negated it when it hit Kenner, though?
It didn't knock Kenner out.
Well,
And
yeah.
it is kind of too late. So is this the one you guys are going to use your power against?
what would we save it for? Yes.
Hey,
Okay,
I don't know.
sure.
The shades have
No,
stuff
I'm
that they
asking
can
the
do.
group. I'm asking the group.
Yes.
Jerry. I know.
Use the power. That's why I brought it up.
Cool. It's used. The power vanishes. Merc looks a little miffed. Theo, you're up.
Man, I just need to keep healing people. Healing word on Kenner.
I mean, it's an assassin that's the right-hand man of the Lord of Hunters. Yes, you should continually heal people.
Yeah,
Either that or leave them all to die. That's
Kenner,
serious.
did you see my Kenner, did you see my note in the chat? I can make you go to another dimension if you want.
Then he will just attack you. I still have a couple of couple left. Oh. But no healing searches.
Then I'm going to move.
Don't worry, guys. I'm full HP. I'm defending. Wait, what?
Move here, and then I'm going to use as my standard Penance of Blood.
Okay.
So the second attack roll has a -2 pen. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's a burst.
Correct. So the penis of blood hits.
All right.
Thank you.
And generic vulnerable 5 until the end of the counter. So this will stay even after all my other stuff goes away, thankfully. And
Wait, are you putting that on? Okay, it's first. Never mind.
on the shadow and the merc. I don't see any reason that you guys are gonna Nova yet, so I'll just end my turn.
Assyrian, you're up.
I don't see any reason to not rain of blows this guy, so I will rain of blows this guy.
Okay.
You say he's vulnerable 5, but that doesn't stack with mine, so that's moot. Can you delay? I shall delay. Sorry.
Helix, you're up.
Okay. Helix is going to move. Let's see, probably to like. Here seems legit. Yeah. Here's good. And I will probably heal Kinner again. Yeah, sure, whatever.
I
Kinner
don't
is out of
even said
surges.
this.
Oh, Kinner is
Creepy
after. Okay.
pepperonis.
So then I will move here. I will move here instead. But and then I will not heal Kinner, and I will adaptive stratagem on Osirian, and then I will hit the boss with lead the attack, and I will say that this is a 14 for my dice.
Okay.
Let's 14. I'm trying to make sure that hits. I actually think it does.
14 probably hits him. I mean, his defenses are not great, but he does have concealment, but it's not amazing.
Yeah. Click on the button.
Does my blind set allow me to pierce his concealment, or?
I don't remember. Could you look it up for me, please?
I have no idea how I would look that up.
Look up the rules for blind sight, because it tells you in the glossary entry for blind sight.
Okay, let's see.
It doesn't say much.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
the
it's gonna be a
obscurement,
38
which is
versus-
concealment. You do not get affected by it as long as it's within your radius. So you can see through concealment and total concealment.
38 AC.
38 AC does connect.
Okay.
Is that in?
So yeah, he hits.
Hang on. Sorry, is that including or not including concealment? Like, did you give yourself a -2, or am I?
Including. Yeah, I gave myself a -2.
Okay, cool. Then it hits.
Okay. And everybody has a +8 to attack against him. And Osirian has a +7 at damage. What else am I doing? Huh. I guess. Hang on, I'm just clicking these gloves to see what kind of action this is. That is a standard action. Okay, I guess I'm gonna action point and help Kinner out by losing a surge.
I don't like this not healing me plan.
Oh, how bad are you off?
Not
I'm
as
not
bad
gonna
as
heal you
Kinner,
with a minor
probably,
action.
so.
Yeah. So Kinner can regain 30, and Ishtar can get inspired.
So did you not use adaptive stratagem?
Action pointed?
Right. So you're.
Oh, am I doing this wrong?
That's too many.
Oh, yeah,
too many
I am.
actions.
I am doing this wrong. Okay, so yeah, Ishtar, you're not getting healed. Sorry.
You sure? I mean, Ishtar maybe should get healed over me getting the damage. Just saying.
I feel like it's probably better. But
All right. Okay,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
I appreciate the thought. I'll give you a grenade later. It's good.
Grenade later.
I need
Okay.
to fix these things. Are those both power bonuses? Yeah. Okay, so it's just 8.
Trying to
All
figure out
right,
where the
can
damage
I
was
go now?
from there.
Yep, you can go now.
Okay, nice and easy. Rain of blows. No longer invisible, but I'll be concealed. This is a plus shit ton. This is not a plus shit ton. Oh shit. Okay.
2 crits. Nice.
So that's extra 6 there. 6 plus 4 plus 6 plus 88. So 143 damage. I'm also going to follow it up because I fight with my double sword and I'll just keep on spinning until this guy is no longer here. At least easily. So 3, so 3, it's 12, 6, 7. And for another 42 points of damage.
Mhm.
So 21.
21 to each.
I'll keep it marked. Oh, and roll me a saving. No, it's not this one. Sorry. Roll me a saving throw as I take damage to try to make him daze.
Does he? Yeah, he does have it. So sure, he will. Doesn't want to be dazed.
Okay, so I don't even need to click that, but I would really like to find that damn thing. Keep moving. I will. Oh, there it is. Ooh, the damage is completely wrong, or is it right? Maybe it's right. Oh, well, for damage to me. I'll need to double check it.
Kenner, you're awake. You do not take any damage because you are no longer bloodied.
Yeah. For the Lord of the Faith thingy, he only succeeds when he uses the immediate, right?
Yeah, and he does not have an immediate currently.
And he doesn't, so he will not be able to succeed at this moment.
Correct.
Okay. So I'm going to use. I'm going to stand up actually because that sounds like a good idea. And I'm going to use Slumber the Winter Court on him only. And let's try to get him. That's a 41 versus his will.
We shall definitely connect.
Okay, he is dazed and slowed, both save and both. If he fails the save, he will fall unconscious for 2 hours or until he takes damage, but I don't think it will happen. So yeah, that is that, and I have a minor left. I don't have any useful items for that. So I think I'm just going to try and jumpstart the obelisk that is next to me, and try to, sever his connection with nature with my Arcana, I guess, because Arcana is good for defiling in here. Actually, I should roll for defiling each time I use the arcane power.
Yeah, but we haven't remembered until now, and I remembered it like earlier, so I decided to kind of go against it because it's too much effort.
Yeah. All right.
The battle's complicated enough without the extra layer.
Yeah. So for the Arcana, I'm not sure if that meets as a minor with him around and all that stuff.
So you need a 44, so it unfortunately does not succeed.
Okay, so I get a save against weaken, which I do. Nice.
Nice. Not sure what weakened you, but cool.
That thing that if I don't save, I get immobilized or something like that.
Right. The thing from the shadow.
Yeah.
Euclid, you're up.
All right, I'm going to move to here. I'm going to slide him to here.
Okay.
I am going to. We have +8 to hit, right, Dan? Or anyone?
Yes, +8 to hit.
Great. Then
it's not possible for it to move one more, is it? Just
it is. It is.
Just so he doesn't get too far out of my reach.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about Duststorm Assault. All right, slide him back up 1 to the right.
Okay.
And I'll just be here. Okay, I will Blade Cascade. If I miss any of them, I will reroll with my stone.
Cool.
Missed a CA. Let's do that. I'm adding invulnerability.
And you're +8 to hit.
And right. Did any of those miss?
Nope.
Nice. That's
See.
a lot of damage.
I got 239. I'm gonna add more in though. So there's Corey for another 11, so that's 250. Furious Assault for another 10, 260. And then I'll monk him for another 9, so 269.
Okay.
I will minor actions, so high flurry.
I think you're killing the shadow in this turn, probably.
He can't kill the shadow with his power.
Okay.
You can tell that he didn't reduce the damage from some of that due to not being able to push it over on the other shadow.
And then I gave him another 30 cold. Did he? By the way, did you ever do his ongoing 20 for when I crit him?
I did do the ongoing 20, and he did save against it at the end of the turn. So he took 20 damage, and then he saved at the end of his turn.
Well, he should take 25, but yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, he's rolled like 4 18s.
Yeah, well, yeah, his saving throws are crazy. But all right.
No, I meant you. You've rolled like 18 like 4 times on him, but you haven't rolled 19s. I've been looking.
I know. I wanted to do the full blown threat, but oh well. Anyway, that's it for me. I think. Yeah. Yep. That's it for me.
He looks like he's really close to. Actually, he might actually be bloodied from that. I need to do something else to show this. But Ishtar, it's going to be your turn. The thing's going to reset, and I'm going to check bloodied. If he's not bloodied, he's right on the cusp.
The thing is going to reset?
The obelisk next to you, the once per round thing.
Oh, okay.
He is 3 points into bloodied.
Nice. Does that do a thing?
It does not. He doesn't have a bloody trigger.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm going to the shadow's probably like, yeah, whatever. I'm gonna shift up here. I'm going to. Yeah, no, fighting him elsewhere would be awful. I'm going to use a minor action to just power check at this statue and try and get it fully up and running.
Okay. Yeah, that does a thing.
If only so now I didn't use that as the attack roll. And then I'm going to use Demon Soul Bolts from my Ring of Borrowed Spells on him.
Okay.
I will account for the
vulnerable 5.
Vulnerable 5, yeah.
So you're at plus 10 to hit overall.
Plus 11 actually, but yeah.
Oh yeah, because light blade.
Because, well, more. I have shenanigans. Oh no, you're right. No, my math is wrong. It's plus 12. We're both adding different things. Okay. No, I have to fix that. Okay, there we go.
That's a crit.
Oh, no, I have to do crit damage. Okay, so
you could do crit damage, or you could arc it to the shadow if you want to destroy the shadow.
Sure, actually, yeah, because my crit damage is kind of lame. It's just the paragraph that goes along with it. All right, so yeah, I will bob him a bunch of times. I don't think we want to slide him around particularly. And then he will have Oh wow, no, my attack. I'm so bad at this attack bonus thing. All right, now my bonus is that. Okay. And then he's rolling.
Was
and
your
all
attack
that.
bonus wrong for that?
It
looks like
should
it's
have
right.
been 2 higher.
Okay, cool. Well,
Okay, if it mattered.
if it is 2 higher, it does matter because
Okay, it is
turns...
2 higher because Ring of Borrowed Spells has a milestone effect.
Okay,
+2.
because it matters because a 38 actually missed him.
Oh, okay. Then yes, it is 2 higher.
Okay, so you hit.
That 37 is not going to hit, so I will re-roll it into. Let's click a Stone of Storms macro. That seems reasonable. It's higher.
10
the
higher.
amount
Yep,
higher is Okay, so I'll tag him for 46 from Lightning Daggers. Nobody cares about him being slid, and that is my turn.
Merp begins his turn. He's dazed and a bunch of other things on him, right?
From me, he's dazed and slowed.
Dazed
He's
and
slow,
slowed.
vulnerable, and concealed.
He can't
Dazed and
go
slowed is
invisible.
the same thing.
Yeah. He can't go invisible. And he doesn't want to provoke. He doesn't want to deal with that thing over there. Oh, never mind. I'm being dumb. Oh, well then. Can he get there? Yes. Get here, and that's the only place he can go to, I think. Yep. That's the only way the only way you can do that. So he's going to vanish into Euclid's shadow and appear out of Kinner's shadow.
Does he enter a space adjacent to me?
He does enter a space adjacent to you, if that matters.
That's a teleport, right?
It is a teleport, yes.
Does that count for Moonlight?
It does.
Yay, I'm not there.
Okay. So he teleports, and unfortunately, since he's dazed, he can only make his basic attack at the end of the teleport. So he is going to shoot blades. One of them's going to obey Mark, and he's going to have to provoke from Helix. So Helix, you can take an attack of opportunity. Do that first. Because I can't figure it out. Well, yeah, there's no way around this at all. So, tactical rock, punch me.
I mean, since he teleported, he does not provoke this storm assault, right?
Because Dust Storm Assault is an opportunity action.
Yeah.
So,
Rock.
yeah, 16.
Punched hard. Is that including Vaughn? Doesn't look like it.
Doesn't look like it's including vulnerability, so I'm going to do extra 5.
Got him.
So, basic attack, 1 shot at Assyrian, 1 shot at Ishtar, and 1 shot at Helix. So, I don't think anyone has any bonuses. Assyrian, are you concealed?
I'm concealed, yeah.
Okay, so I can't add it in on my end, so. One of those is a crit.
Is that against me? I'm not sure. Who am I?
I think
So
it's against me.
Yes, it is. Is this gonna be your negate for the round?
That. Is it gonna hit everybody else?
39 on Helix and a 38 on Assyrian.
Guys,
That is going to hit me, but I don't want you getting a crit because you don't have a lot of HP
it's
left.
going to hit. Yeah, so let's go ahead and negate it then.
Okay.
If it's gonna hit multiple people.
So that's your negation for a round. He will spend his last action point and do it again.
Okay.
Same targets?
Same targets, yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, okay. Don't worry, it's still full HP, guys.
So 70 points to Helix and 68 points to Ishtar.
I'm gonna choose to not. I'm gonna use Slad's Gambit, but I'm not gonna attack. I'm just gonna leave. Because
Okay.
the attack is range 5, so I can't make the attack if I get out of range 10. So, where can I go? Far away from this nonsense. Yeah, sure.
Can you
Is that within?
teleport? Like, isn't your speed 6 or something?
I have the friendly assistance of a neighborhood helix who pumps speed by 7 on his inspiring word. I believe.
And he did inspiring word last round, so yeah.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
can like jump ridiculous distances in a single bound.
Gary,
Yes.
is the passive interrupt also an
No,
action?
No.
if it is active, you have the active instead of, not in addition to.
Oh, okay. All right, I'm getting hit then. That sucks.
So do you take 70?
Yeah, I took 70. I think I'm the only one bloody though, so I don't think there should be a third shadow or a second shadow.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Yeah, okay, never mind.
The one in the middle is just the one that I used for copy pasting. And Merc is done and needs to make a saving throw. His saving throw at the end of his turn is the same as his immediate saving throw, so it doesn't take his immediate, but it's all the same effects. So he
I will
successfully
use
saves.
this and make him fail.
Okay, so he auto succeeds and auto fails at the same time. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll a flat d20 without any bonuses at all, and then if he succeeds, the basically as a tiebreaker. Does that sound like a legitimate use? Because otherwise it makes no sense. Does that make sense to you, Kenner? Does that seem fair?
Yeah, sure.
So he does unfortunately succeed.
Alright.
You tried, Kinner.
Yeah.
So he's not dazed and not
I kind of wish
something.
Will is here so I could have demanded justice on that roll.
No, that would have been awesome. I don't remember. Oh, the other thing was slowed, so he's not slowed
Yeah,
anymore either.
that's not, yeah.
Theo, you're up.
Okay, I'm just gonna sever the source on him.
Okay. So his vulnerability becomes 21 or 22.
Yep. Then I'm going to
Why
smack him.
22? Oh, never mind. I got it. Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then I'm going to hit him with Lady Luck Smiles. I'll use Tenacious Weapon with this, rolling twice. Oh, he has concealment, right? So that's -2. Wait, what am I doing? I have a +8 to attack right now.
I have no idea what you're doing. I'm not in charge of you. So the 45 would connect, and whatever the other thing was supposed to be would probably not connect, but would get close. So the 45 is the thing that matters, though.
Right, and Lady Luck is up. Then I'm going to. Well, I action pointed for this, obviously. Well, I wasn't even thinking. So that should be 45 damage total.
Okay.
Then I'm going to minor action, use my Timeless Locket.
How many
And-
of those do we have?
A lot, apparently.
We really like time, I guess.
Keep in mind the obelisk next to you cannot be interacted with.
I assume he's gonna plant a seed of war. Because, yeah. This is the best Nova setup for the Nova that just happened. Oh man.
I wouldn't be able to set it up though because I need my action point for that, and I used penance last round, sadly. Drop that right there, and let's see. I still have a move action, so I will move. Actually, I'll stay right here. I'll just move down 1 end my turn.
Elix, you're the tank. Good luck.
So what does the Seed of War do that I need to keep track of?
Every
Helix,
time an
okay.
ally attacks Merc, Seed of War deals 10 damage to Merc.
Gotcha.
And there's all this other crap, but
So it
That's
becomes
the bit that I need is that he's double tapping vulnerability. Well, you're
Two,
tapping vulnerability is what I need.
yeah.
basically.
Helix, go ahead.
Okay. Who needs an encounter? Do you want Lady Luck Smiles back, Theo, or should I give?
No need. I can recover
Rain
myself.
of Blows back. Okay. I will then Bolt of Genius on Syrian. Oh, I'm shifting away first because I had to click that to see if it was ranged. Don't want to die. I am the only one that needs healing. What is this shit? uh, then I will then adaptive stratagem on Osirian. I think that's it for me. I don't really have any way to heal.
But you cannot heal yourself?
Yeah. I mean, I could second wind.
No, I can heal you.
But okay, cool.
I'm a healer, don't you know?
The shadow is going to move up and strike at Helix.
Okay, I'm going to interrupt it right there.
Okay.
As soon as it moves up. Yeah. 3, and here is +2 only. 34 AC probably misses actually.
It does not connect. But roll. Do your second roll, please.
Oh, we are in bloody luck. Okay, nice.
17 on the dial hit.
41. 41 and prone. And marked.
It doesn't think, so it violates mark.
All right, so let's go again. 3 and yeah, this time I have this. 38 might hit, but let me double check
Yes.
if something else happens. No, so 38 for 43.
Yep. Okay, swinging at Helix. Uh, 36 fortitude. I believe that's gonna hit, and Helix is down. Assyrian, your turn.
Time to use my amazing healing powers. Boy, I get to use this. Where is this? Shit, I use this so many times. I have no idea how it's called.
Iron Resurgent.
Thank you.
Here to help.
Iron Resurgence on you, Felix. Spend as much as you want, and since they gave me a Rain of Blows, let's use that Rain of Blows. You give me Adaptive Stratagem, right? Oh shit, he gave me Adaptive Stratagem, so sorry. Mark Shadow should have taken an extra 14 if you are up to it.
That's fine. Go ahead. Keep going.
So 3, and this one is against Mark himself. This is how much total? 12 plus 7 plus 2. Yeah, I think this is it. And the extra seeds of war, I'll leave up to you, Gary. 36 probably misses. I crit again. Let's reroll the first one. Oh, sorry, I don't need to reroll. I just need to roll again 3 times.
I mean, you do need to reroll, but with Lady Luck first. The reroll will also miss, so you will need to use the Zone of Earth. Those are horrible Lady Luck rolls.
Yeah, Lady Luck was not smiling on me.
If you add them together, you hit.
Yeah. Oh, it's almost as good as my proper reroll. So those all hit. Let me give you total damage. 61 plus 57 plus 58.
No, it's not, because you need to do crit damage, because your macro sucks and you don't have crit damage in it.
Yeah.
Did you add the Seed of War?
No, he didn't.
I did not add the Seed of War. Plus 4 plus 48. 197 damage so far. I'll keep my pounding.
So the question becomes, does Osirian deal non-lethal?
Wait, I thought this guy was immortal. I don't...
Well, it might not. Lethal means different things to the people that are on certain levels of immortal. So, would you knock him out instead of killing him and forcing him to discorporate?
Shit, my party had a lot of time into talking me to do stuff. So what would each person say? So I waited down. He killed. So I have 1 vote for lethal, 1 vote for non-lethal, no, 2 votes for non-lethal.
So he's asking for opinions from Kenner and Ishtar. Yeah, Kenner and Ishtar.
Alright, I will do non-lethal damage, as he did kill Matt, but we did kill to beat the shit out of him for it. He was a good challenger, so he needs to live so we can challenge him again. So I'll knock him unconscious as at the end of my streak of blows, as I pummel him from the head, thanks to the advice of my companions, instead of slashing down his throat as I wish to.
So as he falls to the ground, you see him pass out with a smile on his face. He lands with his on his back with his arms flayed out, and you see dozens of stone knives kind of flow out from his sleeves and kind of litter the ground around him.
That was a worthy opponent.
Now that's just poor role playing, Assyrian. You still have full temps left. You never even touched you.
Please don't speak poorly of my defending. Please, that's really
A little sensitive.
Hey, Kenner, I've got something for you if you'll just come here behind the other side of the pillar where we can be alone.
So you take out
you get served.
you take out Merc. After a little while of kind of everyone healing makeup, basically you guys taking a short rest, you can hear something very faintly off in the distance. As you hear the sound of horns playing in the distance, the sound of servers going down, effectively. No.
I was just scrambling to bring up the sound effect. You beat me to it.
So you hear horns happening and going off in the distance, and you see Merc's body twitch a little bit as he sits up. You see some of the wounds that you've inflicted upon him close as he smiles and nods his head towards you and says, I have done my best and tried what I can, but I feel the hunt calling me. Unfortunately, I will not be able to complete my contract. I believe the one that gave me the contract will be quite displeased. I will have to visit him to discuss our arrangements. So he sits up from where he is, and you see him kind of spiraling his hand, and you see knives starting to disappear off of the ground and vanish somewhere on him.
I think we might join you in that visit.
So Merc smiles ear to ear and says, Excellent, excellent. It has been so long since we've had good mortals on the hunt. And there is something very powerful and very, he looks over toward the Syrian, challenging to hunt.
Not really
You have my full
immortal, but
attention.
does sound amusing.
There are so many special circumstances to truly kill things that are actually immortal. It'll be a good day to kill. So as he's sort of stretching himself, you see his body healing up. He seems to be he looks more and more feral. The kind of longer he's sort of standing there, you see kind of old scars appearing on his body. The armor that he wears loses the sheen that it had. It looks much more kind of rough and scuffed and broken. You see the area around him darkens, and you see a mask starting to appear over his face. The mask looks like a kind of a weird caricature of one of the masks from the Winter Court, the masquerade masks. And it has little bangles and feathers that are off of the top of it. About the time that he's pretty much finished getting into garb before joining the hunt, you see a shimmer in the air next to you as Aegis and Hearn appear next to you. Hearn looks very similar to that image that you saw of him when he was in his grove. He's very, very tall now and kind of in his full aspect. He has the mantle of furs around his shoulders with little claw marks, looks like they're on them, as well as the helm with the large antlers. He's holding a staff, and behind him you can see there is a smattering of invisible creatures that make little braying sounds like the sounds of hounds. You can also smell that the stench that the hounds carry with them. And Lord Hearn bows to you all and says, I believe it is time for us to go and hunt. There's been a particular prey that has been selected. He kind of gestures with his staff, and you can see embedded in the top of the staff, there's a little globe that swirls slightly with a couple droplets of blood. I believe you mortals might need a moment of rest and preparation, but I look forward to joining the hunt. We need to... He looks back towards the kind of mass of invisible creatures behind him. We need to prepare ourselves to whet our appetites on lesser preys, but when it is time to really hunt and sink our teeth into something, I look forward to seeing mortals on the hunt once again. Lord Hearn bows to you, and then looks over towards Merc and says, Merc, you seem to have found the mortals harder to kill than you anticipated. He hops up to his feet and says, Yes! I am quite pleased, actually. I thought that your words were... He is continuing to stuff knives down his sleeves. A little bit too grateful of them, but they seem to actually be worth the effort. Merc seems genuinely pleased that you guys took him out. The hunt kind of gathers everyone together. Hearn nods to you, and they all vanish off into the distance. So, move everyone over.
When is
Yeah.
Matt being shortchanged a real loss?
So, as you guys come back, once you guys arrive back in the guild hall, you can see that Matt is back alive and is going around talking to different people. He sees you all come in and kind of asks you all to come and talk to him. That will be the beginning of the next adventure. So what happened with Matt and what he had going on is kind of the hook for the next part of the adventure. And Euclid, you're at 21 now?
I mean, unless it's less than 638 experience. If we only get 637 experience, I'll still be 20.
I mean, these look pretty much like the level 5 adventure that was run the other day, so I'd say it's probably 500 experience tops.
Well, that would be unfortunate. I'd hate to have jumped the gun. That can't be right either, though. Oh, I thought it said 51,000 experience points. I was like, wow.
that would have been a little crazy.
I might have leapfrogged the accesses on that one.
So the
Oh
question
God,
that I do
what
have
a-
for you, Euclid, is I kind of made a point of this for other people. I do not intend to run level 21 adventures until we have enough people at 21 to be able to run stuff.
Of course.
So if you want to delay Euclid, it's a thing that you can do to continue running 20s. If you want to run your other characters, that also makes perfect sense.
Yeah, for me, it's different because I have 3 other PCs, one of which is also in range of AL20s, and the other 2 are both level 17. So I've got I might as well go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just making sure that the thing was clear.
Thanks.
I did not put any optional loot in this because I didn't like the amount of choice that took place into making the optional loot make sense. So, excuse me.
Okay.
We should all get there should be some wondrous item like a goblin head totem.
There is a goblin totem, but you don't want that.
No.
I mean, if you were a pixie, have you ever thought about changing your race?
It's an item bonus though, which is so saddening.
I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
Because it's tough being half a race.
So, gonna do rolls for people. Wow, those are by and large some pretty damn good rolls. Missing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 people there. Magic item chance. So I need to know for level 8, 19. What do we get again? Where's the XP? Why am I blind? 11,400. So everyone who is not Ishtar gets an item. Ishtar, do you have RNG?
No.
Okay, so
Rip me.
non-Ishtars get an item. I'm going to turn off the stream.